Ow. So it looks a little bit better right now.
Yeah.
Does Papa know I scratched my eye thingy?
Yeah.
Yes, he knows. What's happening, y'all? Welcome to Stivers Homestead. I'm Zach.
I'm Wyatt.
Where you at?
Raiden.
Raiden. So we've had a really good weekend. Hope y'all are having a happy Monday. We've just kind of been hanging out, doing a lot of stuff. They actually went to Grammy Karen's for the weekend. That was a lot of fun. Huh?
Grammy.
I was gonna say Grammy Karen? Grammy. Getting yelled at. And then today is Sunday while we're shooting. We just got done watching 8 Seconds, the Lane Frost story. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you need to go watch that right now because it's like been a family favorite forever. Like 8 Seconds, Pure Country, Urban Cowboy. Is that the main 3 that we watch?
I guess.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's about the main 3 that we absolutely love around this place. But now we're taking an evening stroll. They got their bags. They're gonna go do some Tilly care. They've been helping us out with Tilly. They love her. And then I promise, we'll explain that here in a minute. That's a funny one. Hi, Tilly. Hi, pretty. Hi, pretty Tilly. All right, I'm gonna give them some hay. All right, before we head in there, Wyatt's getting this empty bucket for the eggs. Wyatt, you ready to be like Lane Frost and Rod Hank?
Yeah.
What do you think, Hank? I bet you a wild man.
Yeah.
You be throwing us all off, wouldn't you, Hank? Cause he's a little man, but he comes with a big punch, don't you, buddy? You think you could last 8 seconds on him?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think.
You think?
Yeah, he looks like he's just calm.
Well, they all look calm until somebody gets on top of them.
Yeah.
And they want to buck them off.
Especially Hank.
Especially Hank.
He does not like.
That's how they get food.
He likes people. He likes eating. If you feed him, he likes you.
Yeah. Killed Lane because in the movie the bull was black and he's black.
No, a different bull. Different bull. T-Bone, he's still young yet. He'd give somebody a wild ride, but I think Lane can handle T-Bone, don't you?
Yeah.
All right, first thing to note, because y'all haven't been here or haven't seen them in a while, it just seemed like the videos were piling up on White House and stuff like that. They have accepted Tilly into the group, so like when she runs down here, they don't run away. So I think they think they're a horse and she thinks she's a goat, and it's just a big happy family. So something I've learned about miniature horses since we've had her, all animals have a lot of personality. That's one thing that Jen and I expressed to you all a lot. If you get livestock, you want to be with your livestock often so you can get to know them, because they all have personality traits that are different than the other. And one thing that's good about getting to know them really well is you can tell when they're not feeling good. It's very easy for you to tell from a distance because you know if they're not acting themselves or not. But Tilly is very moody. She's a very moody animal. Like she's right now she's a little skittish at first for them to come up. She kind of still has a little bit of a trust thing that's going on, but overall she's been great. She's really good in the mornings and the evenings. During the day, she's very, very playful.
She's
and
scared of this.
I'm scared of that one. Well, you've always used the blue one. Maybe she don't. Is it blue?
I think she thinks that this might be blood from other animals.
I don't think she thinks it's blood. But it is something new. So there you go. She's loving on them. But you know, you just have to be, you know, cautious of that. You have to just know her and know what's going on and when she's feeling moody and when she's not feeling the greatest. But overall, she has been 100% the greatest animal we've had on here. She's funny. She brings a lot of joy. She loves to run the pasture we have here. We are still putting her up at night, feeding her by herself, and then not letting her out to the rest of the group until after all the food's gone. So she hasn't had any issues with eating too much. Fondering, I do believe is what it's called. We hadn't had any issues there. She's done good. And we're just really happy to have her on the farm. What do you think, Tilly?
She's a little scared. Don't know why.
Just pet her. Pet her neck. They don't like their head. See, here's the thing, Wyatt. Where she has that harness on, if you get your hands around that harness, she thinks you're going to grab that harness, and she does not like that. But if you get on her side and just rub her neck and pet on her neck and all that good stuff, just like this right here, see, she don't mind that as bad. She just definitely doesn't want her face being grabbed, and that's her biggest thing. Right now, I'd just like to eat some hay, if that's all right. I should try to eat your brush. What's up, goaty goats? Y'all enjoying your food? I told Wyatt if he wants to bull ride, we should start with Buster here. Yeah. What do you think, Buster? Huh?
But he got big horns.
He does have big horns. That one would get in you, but he's a lover, not a fighter.
I thought.
Hi, Lola. Hi, Elsa.
Maybe riding.
Hi, baby. Hi, Lucy.
Maybe riding both.
Hi, Ethel. Hi, Ethel. Hi, Anna. Angel, I can see that we still don't have the love there, huh? Ethel, you like me. Don't act like Angel.
Maybe he'll come up to us.
Oh, she probably will. Y'all go over and get them eggs. Let her eat some hay for a minute. All righty, buddy. What's up, Bessie? What's up, bro?
Bessie says, I am not in the mood to play.
Look at you, Wyatt. You're just opening gates, doing the thing, all on your own. Soon you won't even need your old man. You can just be running this farm yourself.
Hello, Chicky.
Good job, Wyatt. Good job. Proud of you, brother. What you, Ray, come back. What are you doing, crazy chicken lady? Don't run them. Some people had asked because they haven't seen him in a while. It's mainly because he's just shady and he stays away from us, but we still have T-Bird. Oh, T-Bird. Yeah, there he is. He's still been hanging around. He just has a lot more room to move around. So usually when we're around, he's on the total opposite side because, you know, he doesn't love anybody. But T-Bird has been 1,000 times better since we got those other roosters out here. One thing about a mean rooster, I'm not saying in all cases, sometimes you just gonna have a mean bird. It just happens. Is there more eggs? We'll get them. But anyways, one key factor on a rooster being mean, when there's really no cause or reason, is they have too many hens. They're overworked. They can't get to them all. That stresses them out, and they become mean roosters. I think that was a lot of T-Bird's case. He was our only rooster for a long time. We have a lot of hens. Now we have a lot of roosters. But because all the hens are being able to get to, and T-Bird is not a dominant fashion, he has welcomed in the other roosters for the help. And so it's really calmed his anger levels down. So there's been no flogging happening to anyone. He just kind of does his own thing. But still got to watch your back with old T-Bird. Taking a few links in. There you go. Good job. You know what the #1 rule about gates are in a farm? If you go through a gate, however the gate is, open or shut, is how you leave it. So meaning if the gate's open, the farmer probably has a reason for it to be open, so you leave it open. If the gate's shut, you always shut the gate back if you go through it. Just a #1 rule on a farm for you there.
Okay.
Yeah. I love them daggone farm kids. I love that they're into it. They're interested in it. And they really want to follow the rules. They know how it is with farm life. They want to do it right. Tilly loves Wyatt. He's about the only one that... All right, y'all. All 5 of you up here in the barn. Him and her have a relationship. I think she can sense his calmness, where Raylan's a little bit more crazy, a little bit more active. So she's a little bit more skittish of Ray Ray. Man, I don't know about you all, but we were in an intense heat wave over the past like 2.5 weeks. We got like no rain. It was high 90s every day. And today is 80 and the humidity is like cut. Any of y'all in the north, y'all don't know about the southern heat, and we're just in Kentucky, or well, basically Tennessee. We're about 20 minutes from the line. But the humidity is no joke. Like, you can't work in it. It is so thick, and you like come outside and you just sweat. So today's like 80 degrees and it's cut and it feels amazing. You just want to do farm stuff. It's been pretty awesome. I'm hoping it's a sign for the next couple weeks, but we're now in August, which here in Kentucky could either be our hottest month of the year, or it could finally start breaking down a little bit and starting to try to feel a little bit like fall. It's starting the right way. See you later, Dolly. All right, y'all. Good job with you, Tilly. Y'all still love her?
Yep. I call him George. George was staring at us.
Oh, Bessie?
Yeah.
You call Bessie George. Is that from Peppa Pig? Hey, y'all better quit running. You're going to have a heart attack. Flossie said I'm too over this. I can't be running. See you later. The old squad. I'm talking to you, Anna. You know, as we was watching that movie 8 Seconds, obviously it's a totally different scenario, but it's about animals in general that I'm trying to talk about. It's the seriousness of them. You know, farming's fun. Farming's lighthearted. Farming is relaxing. But it's also a lot of hard work. But the biggest thing is your animals, man. You can't get too comfortable with livestock, especially livestock that can seriously hurt you. If y'all have been around for a while, you know we had Charles Manson, the goat buck, that is no longer with our farm, but he's the one that bred all of our does and had all of our babies earlier this year. Well, last year we had to get rid of him because, I mean, there's been several times he's like literally tried to kill me. There's been moments where I tripped on the electrical fence and I was holding his horns and he was trying everything he could to come after me. And you know, that's some of the serious stuff that you have to think about before you get into farming. Obviously, we always suggest starting with chickens and then moving yourself up from there. But once you start getting into livestock that weighs more than you and is heavier than you, hi Ray Ray, you have to remember that they can severely hurt you without necessarily meaning to. They're just doing their normal life stuff. But you don't want to have your back to animals. You don't want to go behind their back too much. You always want to be talking to them. You always want them to know that you're there, that you don't mean harm, because animals do feed off that, and they can sense what's going on with you, and if you're there to cause danger or not. So just a little tidbit, you know, a movie about bull riding got me thinking about livestock and farming. So, you know, it's just one of those things that you always want to talk about. All right, we're back inside, and Jen has something very important to show you all, and also something. It's just funny. She's funny. She's funny.
Very important update that I know everybody's dying for.
She found a chair.
I did.
Not the plaid one.
No.
Not the plaid one. That wasn't ever going to happen.
I didn't want it.
She didn't want it. She didn't want it. This is better.
Look, we got a chair. So I love it. I think it's better. A lot of people said that we should get like a wing back chair. To be honest, I had no idea what that meant. I did not know what a wing back chair was. So I Googled it. This was after I got the chair. Those chairs are really cool. That would have been, it's kind of like that. It's just not as thin. It's a little bit wider. But I think the plaid was just going to be too much. A lot of people suggested just doing a gray, like solid gray chair. So we did. We actually went back that same afternoon. That was an event. Zach was a little grumpy because he had injured himself, which we're going to talk about in
details out.
This we're going to talk about. And you know, those kind of places, they try to take you through the runaround and the ringer. But lucky for them, I spotted that chair and I liked it, so it worked out. It was actually cheaper, so we got some money back. And I think it looks really good. I think it fits good. Nobody ever sits in them, but
Yeah, we've had them 2 days. We've only had it for 2 days, and I'm gonna sit in it right now.
he's gonna sit in it. Sitting in it. Is it comfortable?
It is. It's very nice.
You're sitting in the wrong one.
Huh?
You're sitting in the wrong one.
Well, I hadn't said in this one either. No. That one's firm.
Yep.
This one's more cushiony.
Uh-huh.
I like it. The only thing that's different is the feet, but
Yeah,
it's okay.
that's okay.
Yeah.
It still works.
It works out nice. Okay, who wants to know? What? Hang on, I gotta get off. You can't just. Oh, you like my Hello Kitty
Yeah,
Band-Aid? It's pretty sweet, isn't it?
perfect.
Ow, get it off. I can't get it off.
Can I? This is gonna be fun.
Ow!
Ew.
So it looks a little bit better right now.
Yeah.
But I injured myself. Jen's calendula salve has made life pretty fantastic. It really healed it up pretty quick. So we got this furniture Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Friday's when we got it. Well, we had some stuff that was already in here. One of that being the brown couch that was in here, the brown leather couch that we had. Well, we had already decided that we was going to put that up in the White House. The cottage. We're saying the White House, and it's like indicating that we're talking about the White House. Yeah. So we're going to change it to the cottage.
Pretty sure we're being flagged.
Right, somewhere, somehow we're being flagged for this. So, the cottage. We were going to move it up there. So they called us, said they were on their way. And I was like, all right, it's go time. Time to get this couch out of here. So I got the couch out and in my truck. Pretty simply. I was like, well, that went easier than expected because it was just me. She was cleaning. Karen was doing what Karen does. And I was dragging this couch out by myself. So I got it in the back of the truck. Again, remember, my tailgate does not work whatsoever. So I was able to get it up in there. Got back in. They did all the furniture. They did a great job. And then it was time to take the chair up there.
Yeah, we had to go somewhere.
Yeah, so. Well, because we had to go find a chair. Like, we either needed to get our money back or find a different one. So we had to go there, and I was like, well, can't do that with this brown couch in the back of the truck. So Graham and Karen gets off work on Friday, and she's going to take the kids back with her. And I was like, cool, that works. Let me go take this couch up real fast, and we'll all roll out together. So not in a rush, but like trying to do things quickly, you know. So I get up to the top, and all right, so time out real quick. So this couch has been around the family for a minute, a good minute.
It's a good couch.
Yeah, it was a good couch. It was at our old place. It's a very comfy napping couch. If you need a good nap and you're off gridding and you barely have like cool air, that leather's nice in the summer. Yeah. It's done good things for us, okay? So it has, you know, the feet. Is that what one? That's what we call it, right? Feet. And you know, normally they screw in, I think is the normal way. I know for a fact now, you'll find out in a second, this one did not screw in. Like, it wasn't one big screw. It had actual screws just screwed up into it. Well, I'm up there. I'm enjoying the scenery. I'm like, free weekend with my wife. This is going to be pretty sweet. Just really feeling good because y'all had heard we had, kind of a rough week. I mean, nothing crazy, but a little bit rougher one. But it was finally the weekend. So I start trying to like pull this couch, and when I start pulling, I'm like, because I gotta lift up and then out, right? Because again, the tailgate, someday we'll fix that. One day. So I start pulling it, and I'm like, that's not working. So I go underneath of it, and I like start inching it to like start tilting down, because that's my whole goal here is just to get it start sliding down so I can catch it, and then I can worry about getting into the house. Well, I start doing that, and I think I'm far enough. I think I'm teeter-tottering, right, on the tailgate of like that 50-50, just a little more of a nudge, and we're going to start sliding down. Well, when I get to the nudge area, I grab the feet of this couch.
Bad idea.
Real bad idea. It was a real bad idea. I grab these feet, and I give it one last, Well, when I did that, the foot screws came loose, something. And when I did that, I basically threw this foot in my face because it slung, and I punched myself in the face with this wooden foot right in the eye. I mean, I slung it, it bounced off my head and flew like 20 feet that way. I look like Tom and Jerry when or is it Jerry? Is Jerry the cat?
I've never seen
it. When the cat is like getting dazed and he's seeing the Tweety birds flying around his head. Yeah, that's how I felt. Well, I'm ringing, and I grab my head and I go like down to my knee, behind the truck. Thankfully, I was not far enough to where the couch like kept flying out at me, because that would have been a real bummer and added on to it. But I'm like down on one knee and I do this number and I look down like, is that blood? Like, because then like immediately in my head was the screw went in my head.
Oh.
Like that was in there, because it didn't feel like it did, but you know, with an adrenaline, you don't know. But I was like, oh no, the screw's coming. So like I go run into the White House thinking like, let me look in the mirror.
Cottage.
Yeah, the cottage, dang on it. And I'm like, let me go look in the mirror. And then I'm like, there's not a mirror, even though there is a mirror. I think I was concussed. So I get my broken phone out that the cow's broken. I look at it, I'm like, yep, there's a gash. There's a good gash there. And let me pause you real fast, because I like hurt my toe one time really bad. And so I'm real cautious about this stuff, because I split my toe open and I elected to not get stitches, even though she told me, even though she told me I probably should. And that was like the most excruciating pain in my life, having my toe like try to pull back together. If you've ever went through it, you know what I'm talking about. Like bite a belt, it hurts so bad. So I look and I'm like, no, it's Friday. The kids are going to Grammys. We're going to have a good weekend. This is not how we're going to cap it off. So I'm holding my eye, get back in the truck with the couch, still in the truck, by the way, drive down here. Everybody sees me. They're like, why is the couch? What did y'all think when you saw it? Did you even see it?
I knew you were hurt.
You knew?
Just needed to know how bad.
It's never good.
He's real accident prone. So these things, they happen often. Thankfully, I was a CNA, and I did go to nursing school for a little while, and I've seen enough of his injuries to know, like, if it's bad enough that we need to go to the ER, or if he's had worse and we can treat it at home and save $2,000. Thankfully, that was this time.
Yeah, so I come running
Not
in.
next time, though.
I come running in. The kids are concerned. Karen's concerned. She looks at me and goes, what now?
No.
I'm just kidding. She had compassion. She said, come over here to let me look at it. I said, I just need to know if I get stitches. It wasn't really hurting that bad at the moment, but I was bleeding. I didn't know. She goes, it's a pretty good gash. She said, but it's not long enough.
And it wasn't bleeding.
Right, it wasn't bleeding.
The main purpose of a stitch is to stop the bleeding.
And, well, from my toe and pull it together and help it out a little bit.
I mean, it is a decent size, like, gash that's open, but it's like maybe a centimeter long, so I knew that wasn't going to be enough room for them to put a stitch in. So they could have given him glue, but would that be
no, that would have been worth it. So
and the rest of our evening,
we get into the bathroom. She cleans it out good, make sure there's nothing in there, and then she puts her comfrey salve on it and a Band-Aid. Calendula salve. Sorry,
never put comfrey on it.
No, it's calendula. Calendula is your Neosporin substitute. So she put the calendula salve on it, and by that night, this thing was almost back together. It was amazing. I mean, it's crazy to see. Y'all can tell it there.
It's grown.
Now I'm probably going to continue to get a nice shiner,
because
I got like a droop here.
I have a little droop.
But for basically punching myself in the face, I think the best case scenario came out. I didn't have to go to the hospital, didn't ruin the weekend, and her calendula salve saved the day. So I know a lot of people were curious about that, because I had posted the picture of us that evening with my eye all Band-Aid up. So the moral of this story is,
don't be Zach.
Don't be Zach. What would Zach do, and don't do it? Do that way. No, sometimes I have a problem. Sometimes I feel like I like try to get this like workhorse mind to like just muscle the fire out of everything to get what I want done. And that's not always the best. Sometimes you just have to slow down. And finesse. Because I didn't finesse.
We did have a good weekend though.
Yeah, we had a great weekend. I told them we watched 8 Seconds, and then we had a good time hanging out with the kids once they got back, and we had a nice relaxing time. It was a very good weekend to cap off a stressful week.
Hopefully this week is better.
Yeah, and I think it's gotten us into the right mindset to kick off the week.
I think so.
So hopefully this week we will start getting some more updates about her store. The guy that we've been working with was on vacation last week, so it's kind of silent. And we've already started working with him, so we don't want to like go under his belt and like go to a different salesman, because I'm sure they make commissions off this. So we'll find out more information around that. I've been talking more and more about like a bigger garage and just trying to start getting some pricing and ideas. Thank you all for all your recommendations on companies. We are definitely checking them out. And we have made continued progress on the cottage. So we will show you all that in another video. It's really starting to come to shape.
And we have a new chair.
And we have a new chair, all new furniture. This is exactly
It's really comfy.
what Zach
Oh,
said we
should
needed
we?
at the beginning.
Zach might be accident prone, but I was the first to.
Oh,
make
yeah.
this
Pause. When Karen was here, this is when my eye happened. She knows just like Jen does. My mom knows. My whole family knows. This happens to me. And I also spill things a lot. And so y'all have been like white with kids. Like,
Yeah.
that's crazy. Everybody's like, no, white
aren't the problem.
White with Zach. Like, that's the problem. And I was like, I'm going to do good. I'm not going to drink coffee on that couch. If I do, like, I'm going to be over the top careful. I am going to do good. So the first morning sitting on that couch, tell me what you did, babe.
Well, I thought that I saw a mouse run across the floor. Turns out that it was a fly.
Just a fly.
It was a fly, but it scared me.
It made
And
her
I
jump.
only had like this much coffee in my cup, but when I jumped, it kind of spilled out a little.
Sure did. Sure did.
But thankfully, baby wipes.
It did come out. She got lucky.
Yeah.
But
It was only like a drop.
I want the YouTube world to note Jen spilled something on the couch
Yep.
before any of those did.
Fine.
Yeah, I'm just glad she did it.
Yeah, me too.
Because now I can
Me
look at it. Now when I do it, I can look at her and be like, remember when you did it? It won't matter though then.
No,
It won't matter.
Don't forget.
All right, y'all. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Getting to see the animals again. Y'all hadn't got to see them in a minute. We've been too busy like refurbing things and getting new furniture and stuff like that. So it was always good to see the animals. They're always fun and entertaining, hanging out with the kids, and then laughing about my pain. I am perfectly fine. The calendula salve is doing its job, and it looks like it's healing nicely. So don't worry about any of that piece. Just you're allowed to laugh and
Yep.
just laugh to laugh.
Yep.
But we love you all. If you haven't subscribed, make sure to down below.
You said all my lines, so
No.
we love y'all. You
Into-
said we love y'all and subscribe.
Sorry, if you haven't
It left me with nothing to say.
if you haven't subscribed, make sure to down below.
We love y'all.
Until the next one.
Bye.